You are the warden of humanity's final light. The star fortress known as Beacon is dying. Its great metal heart beats slower each cycle. The lights in its endless corridors flicker and fail. They cast long shadows that dance like ghosts. You walk these halls alone, the last human in a galaxy gone silent. For 10,000 years, Beacon has held its watch, a testament to a species that dared to dream. Now, its power cores are failing. Its energy shields are thin as paper. The cold of the void seeps through the walls. You can feel it in your bones, a deep, gnawing chill that has nothing to do with temperature. Every day you perform your duties. You run the diagnostics that always return bad news. You patch systems with scavenged parts. You talk to the station's AI, your only companion. Its voice is weak, a fading echo of its former self. You are a king ruling a castle of dust, a captain steering a ship already sunk. Your existence is a ritual of maintenance and memory. You remember the stories of Earth, a green and blue jewel lost to time. You remember the grand exodus to the stars, the hope of 1 billion souls setting forth. Now there is only you, the final, lonely period at the end of humanity's long sentence. Beacon is your home, your tomb, and it is failing. An impossible sound cuts through the static. It is a signal, clear and strong. For a century, there's been only silence, the grim, unending hiss of an empty universe. You thought every other voice had been extinguished. But this is different. It is not a distress call. It is not a warning. It is a song, a complex melody that rises and falls. It speaks of something other than despair. You scramble to the main communications console. Your heart pounds against your ribs. The console is ancient, a relic of a better time. You coax it back to life with a gentle touch and a few well-placed smacks. Standard procedure. The signal's waveform is unlike anything in the human database. It is organic. It feels alive. The station's AI analyzes the transmission. Its voice crackles with effort. Source unknown. Origin everywhere. The signal does not come from a single point. It seems to emanate from the very fabric of space-time. This is not a random cosmic event. It is structured, intentional. It is a deliberate broadcast of life. In a galaxy you knew for certain was dead, hope is a dangerous thing, a forgotten, treacherous feeling. Yet it blooms in your chest, a tiny, fragile flower in a vast desert. Someone else is out there. Someone survived. They appear without warning at Beacon's edge. A fleet of non-ships. They are not made of metal or light. They are holes in the starfield, patches of perfect, terrifying blackness. Where their fleet moves, the stars vanish. Not blocked from view, simply gone. They are the color of absence. Your station's alarms remain silent. The intruders have no mass, no energy signature. They trigger none of your ancient sensors. You only see them because they devour the light. The station AI speaks, its voice a strained whisper. Unidentified phenomena detected. Correction. Phenomena defined by lack of data. Thanks for the help, buddy. These are they who bring silence. The reason the galaxy is empty. The great filter in its purest, most horrible form. You have only read of them in fragmented data logs. Whispers from the final transmissions of dead worlds. They do not conquer. They do not kill in any way you understand. They simply unmake. Their presence has a chilling effect on Beacon itself. The remaining lights dim further. The station's dying heartbeat seems to slow. Even the hum of the life support fades. It is a tide of entropy, a wave of absolute nullity washing over your home. Hope turns to ice in your veins. The song is silent now. replaced by the sound of nothing at all. You are faced with an impossible choice. You can stay. You can watch as Beacon is slowly erased from existence. A slow, cold, and lonely death awaits you here. Your end will be as quiet as the rest of the galaxy. A final flicker, then darkness. Or you can embrace a perilous hope, the ghost signal, the song of life. It is your only other option, a single, desperate chance. Deep in the station's lowest levels lies the Starglider, the last ark, a small survey ship, fast and tough. It was designed for a crew of 12. You are only one. It hasn't been powered on in 1,000 years. The choice is not really a choice at all. To die here is to let humanity's memory be wiped clean. To flee is to carry that memory forward, even if it is just for a few more days. You must gamble everything on a ghost, on a song that might have been a trap. You run for the hangar bay. The silence of the enemy seems to chase you down the corridors. The controls of the last ark await your command. You strap yourself into the pilot's seat. The cockpit smells of dust and ozone. You divert all of Beacon's remaining power to the Starglider's launch systems. The lights on the station go out for good. Your home is now a cold, dark shell. A final, defiant act of vandalism. The enemy can have the husk. You are taking the soul. Your ship, the Starglider, pushes into the endless dark. The launch is violent, a controlled explosion that shatters the hangar doors. You are thrown back against your seat. Metal groans under the strain. The small ship was not meant for this kind of abuse. It protests with every shudder and spark. The journey is a brutal trial. Each jump through folded space is a risk. The navigation system screams warnings. The hull plates creak and moan. The ship feels like it might tear itself apart at any moment. You are a castaway on a wooden raft in a cosmic hurricane. The void outside is a storm of swirling colors and crushing forces. You plot a course toward the signal's apparent source. But the source is everywhere. It's like trying to navigate toward the concept of up. Your ship's computer works frantically. It finds a convergence point, a place where the song was strongest, a single star system in an uncharted nebula. It is your only lead. Sleep is a luxury you cannot afford. You live on stim packs and recycled rations. The loneliness is a physical presence in the cockpit. It sits in the co-pilot's chair and whispers doubts. You are chasing a phantom, fleeing an absolute for a fantasy. But then you remember the song, and you push the Starglider a little harder. You arrive at the target system. Your sensors show a single planet orbiting a dying star. A gas giant and a few asteroid belts complete the system. There are no fleets, no grand alliance of survivors, no signs of an advanced civilization. Just one lonely world. You guide the Starglider into a high orbit. The world below is beautiful and terrible. Its continents are covered in crystalline structures. They gleam in the faint light of the distant sun. They look like cities. Vast, silent, intricate cities of glass. But there is no light, no movement, no energy readings of any kind. It is a graveyard. You scan for life signs? Nothing. You scan for technology? Nothing. The entire planet is inert. A museum piece of a civilization that fell asleep and never woke up. The song of life led you to a world of death. A profound sense of despair washes over you. You were a fool to hope. You traded a quick end for a pointless journey. The whispers begin as you orbit the silent world. They are not sound. They are thoughts that are not your own. They slide into your mind like smoke. At first, they are faint, like distant echoes, the ghost of a memory. But they grow stronger. An ancient mind is reaching out. It speaks directly to you. It does not use words. It uses concepts, images, feelings. It shows you the truth of the enemy. They who bring silence are not conquerors. They are gardeners, and the galaxy is their garden. Life that grows too loud, too chaotic, too vibrant is a weed. It must be pruned, removed from existence. It reveals the great filter is not a barrier to overcome. It is a conscious, active force, an intelligence of immense and terrible patience. It does not kill. To kill implies an ending, a body left behind, a memory. It erases. It unwrites the code of reality. It plucks a species from the timeline as if it never was. The worlds it touches do not become ruins. They become blank slates. The mind shows you flashes of these erasures. 1,000 vibrant civilizations turn to dust. Not even dust. Turn to nothing. Their art, their science, their love, their hate. All of it gone. As if a cosmic editor deleted the pages from the book of history. Your blood runs cold. Humanity was not just defeated. It was almost forgotten entirely. The ancient mind reveals why you were summoned. You, the last remnant of a failed species. It shows you images of humanity. Our wars. Our art, our reckless expansion, our boundless, foolish, glorious noise. We were the loudest of them all, the most chaotic weed in the galactic garden, and that is why we were almost perfectly erased. But a spark of humanity survived. In you, in Beacon. A tiny echo the great silence could not find. And that echo is what the mind needs. It explains that its own race faced the gardeners long ago. They did not fight back. They chose another path. They turned their entire civilization inward. They became a world of whispers, a sleeping planet, hiding from the gardener's notice. They survived, but they cannot fight. Their nature is one of harmony, of peace, of quiet contemplation. The gardener's weapon is silence. And you cannot fight silence with more silence. You need a scream. You need a defiant roar. You need humanity's savage spark. Your chaotic, emotional, unpredictable spirit is the only thing that can face the void. It is the one thing the gardeners cannot comprehend. You are not a survivor by accident. You were chosen by the last echo of your own species. Your resilience, your stubborn refusal to just lie down and die. Your very humanness is the weapon the galaxy has been waiting for. It is a terrible burden, and an even more terrible honor. It seems humanity's greatest strength was always its capacity for making a scene. You are given a gift, a tool. The ancient mind guides you to a location on the planet's surface, a deep chasm hidden beneath the crystal cities. The star glider descends into the darkness. There, floating in a chamber of pure energy, is a small, intricate device. It hums with a power that feels older than stars. This is the resonance key. It is an artifact of a long-dead race, the ones who built this world of whispers. The key is not a weapon of energy or matter. It is a weapon of soul, a focusing lens for consciousness. It is designed to amplify the user's inner state, to turn emotion into a physical force. The mind tells you it is their greatest creation and their greatest failure. They could not use it. Their minds were too placid, too balanced. The key required something they had abandoned eons ago. Passion, rage, desperate, clinging hope. Grief that could shatter mountains. It required a human heart. It lays dormant, waiting for a pilot with enough emotional turbulence to turn the ignition. The key floats towards you. It settles into your hands. It is warm to the touch. It feels alive, like a sleeping animal. The mind warns you. To wield the key is to channel your own spirit in its rawest form. The experience could destroy you. It could burn out your mind and leave you a hollow shell. Another whisper in the dark. But you have no other choice. The key activates the moment you accept it. The cockpit of the star glider dissolves around you. The silent planet vanishes. You are floating in a void inside your own mind. The key is testing you. It is searching your soul for the fuel it needs. It begins with your deepest grief. You are forced to relive every loss. The faces of your family, your friends, people you only know from data logs. The death of your entire species plays out before you. A billion voices crying out and then going silent. The weight of it all crashes down on you. A tsunami of sorrow that threatens to drown you. You must not drown. You must swim. You must turn this ocean of grief into a current. Then comes the rage. You see the gardeners, the silent black ships erasing everything. The sheer, pointless arrogance of their cosmic pruning. The injustice of it all. A fire ignites in your soul. A white-hot fury that humanity was so good at nurturing. You are the last ember of that fire. The key demands you fan it into an inferno. Let it burn away your fear. Finally, it shows you hope. The ghost signal. The song of life that brought you here. The image of the green and blue earth. The dream of a future where children can play under a yellow sun. A future where humanity's song can be sung again. This is the most dangerous trial of all. Hope is the sharpest blade. It can cut the deepest. You must hold on to it without letting it consume you. You balance on a knife's edge. Grief, rage, hope. The key forges them together. It tempers your sorrow with fury. It focuses your rage with hope. It creates something new inside you. A weapon forged from the very essence of being human. You are no longer just a warden. You are a warrior. Your soul is the blade. You return to Beacon. The journey back is different. The star glider feels like an extension of your own body. The void between stars no longer feels empty. It feels watchful. The resonance key pulses softly in your hands. It is a second heart, beating in time with your own. You have a plan. A terrible, glorious, human plan. You will not hide. You will not run. You will give the gardeners exactly what they want. A target. You will make Beacon shine one last time. You will turn your home into a lure. A final, defiant torch in the darkness. You dock the star glider and step back into the cold, silent corridors of the station. But they are not empty anymore. They are filled with your purpose. You go to the main power core. It is dying, bleeding energy into the void. You place the resonance key upon its central conduit. You close your eyes. You reach out with your mind, your newly forged soul weapon. You pour your grief, your rage, and your desperate hope into the heart of the station. You are the battery now. Beacon awakens. Lights flare to life along its 1,000-kilometer length. Systems dormant for centuries hum and spark. The central spire, a monument to humanity's ambition, begins to glow. It shines with a light brighter than any star. A beacon of pure, concentrated defiance. A supernova of human spirit. You are shouting into the void. Here I am. Come and get me. They come. The silence arrives. First one, then a dozen, then 100 of the black non-ships. They materialize at the edge of the system, a swarm of nothingness drawn to your brilliant light. They move with an unnatural grace, a tide of absolute zero flowing toward your star. It is a horrifying sight, a fleet of holes in reality. Your station's AI, revitalized by the power surge, speaks. Its voice is clear and strong for the first time in ages. Enemy vessels detected. Swarm configuration. Numbers. Incalculable. It seems you have their full attention. Good. That was the point. For a moment, you feel a sliver of pride. You really know how to throw a going-away party. They surround Beacon, a perfect sphere of darkness. They begin to drain the light. To unmake the energy you are pouring into the station, the brilliant glow starts to dim. The hum of power begins to fade. The familiar, soul-deep cold returns. They are snuffing you out, just like all the others. But you have one last surprise for them. You stand at the heart of Beacon. The resonance key is your conduit. The station is your weapon. The enemy is at your gates. They believe you are just another light to be extinguished, another noisy weed to be pruned from their perfect, silent garden. They are wrong. You are not just a light. You are a fire. You unleash the key's true power. You push every ounce of your being through the artifact. Your grief for a lost species, your rage at the injustice, your impossible hope for a future. The key screams, not with sound, but with pure psychic force. It rips a hole in the fabric of the universe. Reality around Beacon begins to bend. The laws of physics groan under the strain of your raw emotion. The station does not explode, it transforms. The light it emits is no longer just light. It is a wave of pure, weaponized humanity. A symphony of destruction played on the strings of space-time. The enemy ships, the holes in the void, begin to unravel. Your grief hits them like a physical blow. Cracks of light appear on their dark hulls. Your rage burns through their defenses. The nothingness of their being cannot withstand the somethingness of your fury. They are built to erase. They have no defense against being felt. Colors you have never seen bleed into the void. The battle is fought not with lasers or missiles, but with memories and feelings. You project the image of a child's laughter. The silent ships shudder. You project the feeling of a first kiss. Their formations break. You project the stubborn, irrational human will to live, and they begin to shatter. This is your symphony, a masterpiece of beautiful, terrible, human noise, a final anthem against the silence. You are not just fighting for your life. You are fighting for your entire species' right to have existed. And for the first time in eons, the silence is afraid. The enemy shatters. The tide of nothingness breaks against the shore of your spirit. The black ships crack and dissolve, not into fire and debris, but into whispers, faint echoes of the civilizations they erased. For a moment, the void is filled with a billion ghosts, a chorus of voices freed from oblivion. Then they too fade, finally at peace. But victory has a cost paid in stars. The energy you unleashed was too much for Beacon to contain. The station, your home, your fortress, your tomb, is coming apart. The key has used it up, burned it as fuel for your soul fire. The great metal heart of the station gives one final, shuddering beat. And then it breaks. The light of defiance dies. The corridors collapse. The spire shatters into a million pieces of glowing metal. Beacon, the last monument to humanity, is gone. It becomes a new asteroid field, a glittering headstone in the dark. You are in the Starglider, pulling away from the wreckage. You watch your home die. The price of saving the galaxy was everything you had left. You are adrift, alone in your small ship. The resonance key is silent in your hand, its power spent for now. Your home is a cloud of sparkling dust behind you. The enemy is gone. The silence has been broken. But you are still the last human. The loneliness feels heavier than ever before. You won a war, but you have no one to celebrate with. Then you feel it, a flicker, a tiny, distant thought. It is not from the world of whispers. It is from somewhere new, somewhere far away. A mind, awakened by your symphony of destruction, is reaching out. Not with a full song, just a single, curious note. Then another, and another. Across the galaxy, dormant intelligences are stirring. Civilizations that hid in fear are peeking out from their shells. Your defiant roar did more than defeat the enemy. It woke the neighbors. The galaxy is no longer silent. It listens. It waits. Your fight is over. But humanity's story, it is just beginning. You are the first spark of a new dawn.